Well, let's see. Today I had a disaster. Van James was right. You have to reinforce this. That's Snoop Doggy Dodge on, or Snoop Doggy Dog on Nerf Haven. So I went and I filled these with epoxy. The 3 channels between here and here and here and here were conjoined with a 1/8 hole on them, making each of these channels one solid piece of epoxy. This is completely filled, and then it is give 2 layers of fiber tape. It's going to have 4 when it's done on this part, and it's going to wrap around this whole thing so it can't delaminate. Very exciting, very exciting. But once again, had to redo that that silicone. This time, instead of doing pure silicone, I made it half epoxy on the front to recast this, because I needed to recenter this with the new plunger tube, and half silicone. But once again, gotta wait a while on this. So I got time to kill. Might as well show you why I like the Xplorer system the best for a breech load. Okay, so first let's start with this finger. This one's a little different. I gave mine an angle. As you can see, there's a little swoop on it, about 3 degrees. What that does is it makes it so if you're going farther back and hang, if you want to go with this, go for it. If you're starting farther back, it will take the dart, and it will take the dart as so, and it will it won't jam it. Let's see, if this was all the way over here, it would be like that, see? And it would be not optimal. But since it's back like so, it can gradually go into the dart, and I saw this is good. The other thing is I made this sweep angle, also the same 3-5 degrees up here, and I also made rounded over here, yet intersect with this breech to make a seal. Just enough that if it caught the top end of the dart, as it does right there, it will push it out of the way. Yeah, now I have this feeding. This was feeding pretty good. And everything was going well until this sucker snapped on me. Yeah. But it won't anymore, as you can see. So let me show you operation with these 5 darts. Then we'll show you operation with this gate. Okay, another reason I like it, because this has a gate. Mine's, again, really custom on the inside. And this is actually a long shot breech put into a Sentinel barrel. So it's very different, but the gate's the same. What it does, as the dart's moving, as you can see, it makes a cage. And when that dart lowers by the finger, it has nowhere to go but into the breech. So that it cannot jam because of a spacing issue, the dart being too high, too low, too anything. The system automatically centers and pushes it in. Now, let me show you this breech, and then we'll show you like a piece of aluminum that's the same size as this breech, and we'll show you what it does differently. Okay. See that? So what happens is, as the dart's going up, it hits this finger right here. As it hits the finger, it guides it into this breech, slams it in there, and fires from the air pressure from that. Now, what happens if we take one that does not have this finger? Use that as an example. A rough, crude example, but this is why you don't see me really rallying around the artifact breeches. Okay. With no finger, that dart goes as high up as it can. With a finger, it limits it. Not only does that help this not go too high when it goes into the gate, but it also keeps from snagging the dart below it. A lot of times people make these rounded on the outside to try to push this, but if you do that, you're just doing that, and you're still kind of dragging the dart, and then it will throw it into here. I think the artifact breaches are getting better, but I, as a philosophy, just like the Xplorer system way better. Put in mind, this is highly alterized for the Sentinel and for other things that I'm trying out and doing. It doesn't have a peg up here because it's all pushed by this over here. See? But as you can see, this is why the steel breeches just need a dart finger. See? So, yeah, I know this is a custom breech, custom spacing, custom everything, but still Xplorer. Now let's take this same magazine with these 5 darts and throw it in my long shot. Is a Spirit of Xplorer blaster with a few changes. As you can imagine, anything I build is going to have changes to it. Number 1, the spacers. 2 nylon spacers, metal stainless steel washer, 2 bolts of spacers, and a lock washer, and a washer and a lock nut on that side. A washer, head of bolt, same deal over here. It's got the pieces of nylon so that these, as you can see, smaller footprint. But it's also so that this doesn't dance around, the bolts that doesn't dance around. It's all perfectly spaced. Taking this apart's a bitch because you have to unscrew everything. You can see the bolt sled is an Echo bolt sled, but it is held in by a 440 screw that's crazy glued here, and then it is and then the whole thing is washered and screwed here. This is not tight, by the way, so it doesn't squeeze this. It just makes it so the pin can never come out. That's a case 5 hardened stainless steel 440 screw. It's been on here almost a year and a half now, and I've never had a problem with it. And then the front, that hole that's usually open is sealed with silicone so that the breech is airtight. There's the breech finger, as you can see, very different from the one there. It's perfectly flat on the top, everything. If you can see that, right? Okay. So, let me show you what this can do. You watching? Why would I want an artifact breach when I got something like that? 2 joule, 200 feet per second. Just like that. Boom, 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 boom.